Okay, boys and girls, here we are. We have practice 3, perpendicular lines from our chapter here. Guess if the lines are perpendicular. It says use a ruler to check your guess. Again, you could use the same piece of paper that you had folded if you want. Anything that has that straight line. I'm going to use this again because I like being able to see in the middle of there for you, okay? For number 1 here, perpendicular again means basically, as an extension from yesterday, they make a perfect 90-degree angle. So you can kind of tell already on number 1 that this line and this line are going to be perpendicular, meaning they make a perfect 90-degree angle. Okay? And you kind of tell because there's the grid paper behind it. You can tell that they're there. By looking at it, you can tell these are not. Okay? This is really wide angle. That's almost probably about as wide as this, right? Yeah, pretty close. So that's a pretty wide open angle. This one looks like it's going to be close, doesn't it? Let's see. So close. Not quite. If you see, that's off just a little bit, right? So 3 is not perpendicular. Let's look at 4. To me, it kind of looks like it, but that was close too. So let's check 4. What do you think? Does that look pretty good? That's right on, isn't it? 4 is also, put a check mark in 4. 4 is perpendicular. So far we got check marks in 1 and 4. Let's look at 5. That looks like it might be just a little wide, but it's going to be close, I think, right? Oh, close, but no. See, the line, again, goes over here on the side. Okay, so it's not straight up and down like it would be if it were perpendicular. Okay? So let's keep going. Let's look at 6. Boy, 6 looks almost the same as 4, doesn't it? Let's check. Boy, that's right on. 6 is also a perpendicular line. So again, we have 1, 4, and 6. All right, let's turn the page here. Here we go. It says to use a ruler to check for perpendicular lines. Use a colored pencil to trace a pair of perpendicular lines in each figure. I don't have a colored pencil, so I'm just going to use a regular pencil. It's fine, right? We'll find a way to make it work. Now, perpendicular again, we can see on the grid that this line going straight up and down that line, and that this line right here going straight up and down is going to be perpendicular. We can tell by the grid. So, double check our work. Boom, there it is. So you would want to fill in this line. And if you're doing it like this, you can kind of go like this, right? Just kind of shade it lightly. Boom. All right. Let's look at number 8 now. Okay. I see this. So I see this line right here, but I don't see any line going straight across. If that's straight up and down, that would be straight across, but I don't see that. So I'm going to look at this one. And there it is. So we'd be shading in this line, right? And this line. Number 9. Here's straight up and down. We would need straight across. So this line is not going to help us out. Let's see if these are. Yes, they are. There we go. So again, we would want to fill in this line and that line. Number 10. Let's see, this one, I'm going to go somewhere on there. I don't see anything that's perpendicular with it. Let's try this line. Oh, there we go. See that right there? That's it. That's perpendicular for 10. So we'd want to go this line, okay, and that line. Those are perpendicular. Number 11 says circle the letters that have perpendicular line segments. So A, let's check, no. A, no. All right, so A is a no-go. We're close, but not quite. Y, let's see, no. And, hey, look at that. There we go. In the middle of that Y, I see a perfect 90-degree angle. Right there. If you look at it, maybe turn it this way. Now, this is straight up and down. And that's straight left and right. Okay, here we go. T. Well, that's a pretty simple one there. I see that one hits it. either this way or that way, right? How about K? Not quite. No. L? Boom, you bet. L has it. Okay, now I'm going to shift my book down a little bit for you. E, oh, there's multiple line segments on that, right? Check that out. That one, or the bottom one. Lots of them there. X looks really just like that Y if we cover up the top or the bottom of each. That's the exact same thing. So that is a yes, okay? H, again, we know they're straight up and down, okay? And straight across, so pretty simple one there, I think. You kind of start seeing them, especially with this grid background. You can really start seeing the perpendicular lines before you really even need to measure them. The ones that are maybe a little more difficult to check would be like the K, like this angle in the K, or the Y, because they don't go on the exact lines, right? The X also, but you'll kind of get used to that, and you can check that out pretty quick. So that's a no and a no for the Z. Okay, let's cruise over here now, and we're going to name all of the perpendicular line segments in each figure, okay? So I'm going to do the obvious ones, RM and MN, right? So RM and MN. And that's too big. How about this one? Is that going to make it, you think? NO and OP, let's check that out. Oh, man, that is so close. No, doesn't work though. Let's try OP and PQ. Oh, that's close. Let's try PQ and QR. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so the other one then is PQ and QR. Is what you'd write right there. Okay? And that is both of them on number 12. Well, let's check out number 13. Okay? I'll write 12 on there. We'll write 13 here. Okay. So for number 13, well, we know already that GA and AB, we can tell by looking at the lines, right? AB and BC. So this one also makes it right there. BC and CD, again, we're right on the line. So BC, CD. This one we're going to have to measure. Let's check that out, though. Whoop, wrong shape. Yeah, that's a no for CD and DE. But what about DE and EF? Oh, that's right on, isn't it? So DE and EF. Okay. EF and FG is a no, but wait. I see right on the line again. We have FG and GA. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get 5 of them? 1 on each line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hey, guess what? That means for number 14, how many do you think we're going to get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4. Let's check, shall we? Here we go. Right on the lines again, I see MT and TS. So I'm going to write that down. MT and TS. That means TS and SR are also perpendicular, right? SR and RQ, that's a really wide angle, right? That's an obtuse one. That's a big one. And RQ and QP, this little bitty angle, that's a cute one, right? That's smaller than 90 degrees. How about QP and PO? Let's check that out. I know there's this way around the line segment, right? But what about this way? They're perpendicular. Yeah, they're right on the lines. QP and PO. That's a big one. That's a no. What about MN and NO? Let's check that out. LMNOP. Yeah. So there we go. MN and N-O. So there's our 4 for that one. Okay, let's turn that page. Oh, that's going fast. Okay, this is it for practice 3. So identify and name a pair of perpendicular line segments on each object. So again, we look at any one of them that make a 90-degree angle. Okay, so you could go AB and BE, BE, EF, EF, FA, or change them around however you want. They're all 90 degrees, so they're all perpendicular lines. Again, here, any of the top lines, or WU and UNT, RS, SV, you name it, there are a bunch. You only need to name one. So let's check out number 17 here at the bottom. Yep. Number 17, think of 2 objects that have perpendicular line segments. Use the internet to find pictures of these objects, print and paste them below. Well, let's make this easier. Instead of printing and pasting them, right where you're at, right now in your room, look around and see what has perpendicular lines. Okay, right now, I see a picture of a TV. A TV has a set of perpendicular lines on it, okay? I'm looking out my window. My window has perpendicular lines in the corners, right? I see pictures of puzzles I have on my wall, and they all have perpendicular lines. So right where you're at, I bet you'll easily be able to see 2 of them. One of them, if you have your book, look right here on your book. This is a set of perpendicular lines right here. So check them out, okay? And we'll see you later, guys. Take care.